They say that people change their careers every 5 years or so. And about 5 years ago, I made a choice that almost ruined it all for me. Let me tell you about that today. Hey guys, I'm Raphael and welcome to the channel, where our goal is to always fix it in camera and then finesse it in post. I always appreciate the early thumbs up on the videos because people love stories. I've been wanting to do the same thing since I was 16. Even when I deviated, I was within arm's reach of the original goal, which is filmmaking, which is telling stories. I've had such a focus to do this that when I was 12, I caught the bug for filmmaking. I knew this was for me. I remember my parents bought my grandma a video camera for her birthday. And by the next day, I was the one using it to make my masterpieces, as any 12-year-old would. In high school, I was introduced to one of my best friends to help him with his class project. And this started an insatiable need to keep creating in and out of school. Instead of doing a class presentation of Shakespeare's Macbeth, we did a video presentation with a modern-day twist called McBain that followed the same story arc as the play, but with kids acting horribly through all the scenes. And it was fun as hell. It just furthered our love for creating. In late high school, I was in a band and we got to the point where we played most of the venues in the city, even some of the bigger ones. And I remember all of us sitting down discussing if we should buy a van and go on a cross-country tour. That's where we were at. We recorded 2 EPs and that was the next logical step. But I couldn't do it. I loved playing. I loved playing. But my heart wasn't really into it. I wanted to tell stories. I wanted to paint with light. I wanted to become a filmmaker.
Help!
Come on. We haven't much time.
So I chose to go to film school instead. I already had a solid foundation in photography and filming with video cameras, but now I wanted to get serious and actually work with film. And after film school, I got some pretty big opportunities to work on some amazing projects. And here's the thing, all the while, all the way up until today, it has not mattered how good you were. If you were the best, if you were skilled enough, it only mattered if you were willing to learn on the fly and you were a nice person and people liked working with you. You ended up working more. You were asked to work again and again, making films, videos, music, or whatever creative work that involves many people and collaborators and many hours, days, and possibly months. You build a bond, a friendship, almost family-like status with these people. I've heard the saying, friends are the family that you choose. And that's the choice here. They treat you with respect and you return that respect. That's the most important thing. Be willing to go above and beyond to solve the moment when needed. Stepping onto set just for the money makes the entire experience miserable, and people can instantly tell that your vibe is going to be shitty. This is very different than having a bad day, because we all have those. Here's the mistake that I made that almost ruined it all for me. I chose to pursue a job for the money with a startup that ended up draining the fun out of creating. And what's worse, there were individuals that were brutal to work with, and I stayed longer than I should have just because the money was comfortable. I've had other times where I worked for the money, but then the money never materialized, and that just soured the entire process. But you learn, you grow, and you choose what is truly important to you. There is no one thing that makes this entire process easier. It is practice, making mistakes, learning, and repeating those steps. You have to love it, whatever you do, call it passion, whatever. But the key is to be a nice person to those you work with, coworkers, clients, interns, the cleanup crew, everyone. Don't mistake this for letting people be mean to you. No way. You squash that shit as soon as it happens. And if it means walking away from a job or people, then that's what it takes. I have a whole list of people I will never work with or even interact with again because of how salty the working relationship became. Then there are some instances where taking a breather and reconnecting later is the best for the whole team. Though they do say never burn your bridges, but if you do, you nuke that shit. But the number of people I will gladly work with far outnumber any of those crabs in the bucket. It comes down to your attitude as you approach every single project, the way you are on set, the way you communicate, the way you are on all these projects. It's one interaction at a time. It's one gesture at a time that build on the previous one. Listen, you'll F up, I've F'd up, and I blew some pretty big opportunities because I didn't understand the value of being annoyingly optimistic. But I've learned as I go that it's who you know and how you made them feel. Skills can be learned slowly over time, but the right attitude can start with you right now. And that's how they'll remember you, how you made them feel in the moment. And that's why you'll get the callback again and again, and you'll keep working. And with that, I got a callback. I'm on set for the first time in a while. Now that you know the little secret, make sure you check out these videos on how to invest in yourself as a creative. As always, thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Raphael. Bye for now.